welcome back to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin, and today we're going to do our third episode of Marvel Champions. This time we're going to take on Ultron, expert level. So you can see here we've got our Ultron. We will have our Ultron encounter cards. We're playing at expert, so we've got our 3 expert cards. We're going to play with the encounter set Electro. So this one came with the Green Goblins. There's 4 modular encounter sets in there. I just thought, hey, let's try a new one. So we're going to try Electro. We've got our standard encounter cards. We have both of our nemesis for Peter Parker and T'Challa. We have our 2 obligation cards over here, and we're going to start with the Crimson Cowl. T'Challa is going to be playing leadership, and Peter Parker is going to be playing justice. The Crimson Cowl. Claw's mysterious red-hooded employer is really a genocidal android Ultron. So this notes what we have for the contents. Our setup. Put Ultron drone's environment into play. Shuffle the encounter deck. Advance to stage 1B. We can see here the Crimson Cowl will move to the next scenario card or scheme card at 6 total threat. It says here, Ultron is using components Claw delivered in order to build an army of Ultron drones. Great. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play face down, engage with them as a drone minion. We'll start at 0 threat. We'll be placing 1 per player. We have Ultron over here. He's 2 scheme, 2 attack. It has a force interrupt. When Ultron attacks you, put the top card of your deck into play face down, engage with you as a drone minion. Until the end of this attack, Ultron gets +1 attack for each drone minion engaged with you. Looking at the FAQ, this drone will come out after he declares he's going to attack you. So first that drone's going to pop out. Then, if, let's say, someone else decides to defend, then everything else will move to that other player. But that drone will still also be able to attack you that round. He will start with a total of 44 health, 22 per player, and then if we defeat that, we will then get to move to his 3rd card. How do we know what our Ultron drones values are going to be? Well, we've got our Ultron drones. Each face-down drone minion engaged with a player has a base scheme of 1, and a base attack of 1, and base hit points of 1. After a face-down drone minion is defeated, you just take that card and put it in your discard pile. Here we have Peter Parker. You guys hopefully have seen Peter Parker from Michael's playthrough, but just in case, he will recover for 3 if he's on this side and he exhausts. He is a scientist on his Peter Parker side. He can generate a mental resource once per round. On his hero side, he's a 1 thwart, 2 attack, 3 defense. He has Spider Sense. Interrupt. When the villain initiates an attack against you, draw a card. Oh yeah, and his health is 10. Hand size of 5 as Spider-Man and 6 as Peter Parker. T'Challa is our final new hero from the core set that you guys haven't seen on the channel. He has 4 recovery. He has Foresight. Setup. Search your deck for a Black Panther upgrade and add it to your hand. Shuffle your deck. So we're going to get to do that after we do our mulligan. He has a hand size of 6 and 11 total health. On the Black Panther side, he's a 2/2/2, 2 thwart, 2 attack, 2 defense. He has an ability called Retaliate 1. So whenever he gets attacked, he will do 1 point of damage to whoever is attacking him. And his hand size is 5 on this side. Our first player will be Black Panther, and this is our starting hand. This is actually pretty nice. We've got the Golden City, we got some Vibranium, we've got Maria Hill, which is the exact reason why anybody who is leadership wants to play first, because this allows every player to draw a card. We have Vision, which I'd love to get out, but he's super expensive. I don't know if we're going to be able to play him this round. So I think actually that will be the only card I'm going to discard, is I'm going to discard Vision. And let's replace it with a Lockjaw. Nice. Okay, that's also one from one of the new hero packs. Don't forget, because of our setup ability, we get to grab 1 Black Panther upgrade and put it into our hand. So we're going to grab these energy daggers because they're drone killers. So I'm going to grab this and put this in my hand as well. Here we have our hand for Spider-Man, and I love it. I love it. I've got an Avengers Mansion. I've got web shooters for some resources. I am totally good with this. I got a backflip. Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and start. We'll start with T'Challa. First things first, let's go ahead and put out Maria Hill. We're spending 2 Vibranium to put out Maria Hill. Maria Hill then allows each player to draw a card. So Black Panther will grab a Genius. Oh, that is nice. And Peter Parker will grab a For Justice. We're then going to go ahead and play the Golden City. So this has an alter ego action. So right now T'Challa is still in his alter ego form. Exhaust the Golden City, draw 2 cards. So we're going to use the Genius to do that. That pays for the 2. And then we're going to exhaust the Golden City to go ahead and draw 2 cards. Oh, we get another Black Panther upgrade and Wonder Man. Okay, I haven't talked about how the Black Panther upgrades work. You'll see soon. And I'm sorry, I forgot to show you guys that we had to take the top card of our decks and put them engaged to it with us as drone minions. So here we have them. When we defeat them, they're just going to go in our discard pile. So they're going to really push us through our deck. I think then I'm going to go ahead and play these energy daggers, spending both Lockjaw and Wonder Man. And just so you see, Lockjaw, he's a 4-cost ally. He actually hurts himself twice whenever he does either attacking or thwarting. But you can play Lockjaw from your discard pile, which is pretty cool. Now, how Energy Daggers works, we have to have a Wakanda Forever and play it in order to activate the special. So right now, it's just a support or upgrade that's sitting on the table. If we do this special, then this effect will happen. To complete our activation, we're going to go ahead and flip T'Challa over to Black Panther. We're going to use Maria Hill to do 1 point of damage to that drone that's in front of us. So this drone is toast, and we just lost the Falcon. Oh, that's a bummer. And then Black Panther is going to exhaust to go ahead and hit Ultron for 2. So he'll go down to 42. For Spidey here, let's go ahead and use Peter Parker's free science resource to drop the web shooters. We can do that. We can't use the web shooter while he's not in hero form, but we can still play it when he's not in hero form. Then I'm going to go ahead and swap him over to his hero side. I'm going to go ahead and spend all 4 of these resources to play out our Avengers Mansion. Okay, and Avengers Mansion, I'm going to immediately exhaust to go ahead and draw a card. So we'll exhaust that, and we will draw Spider Tracker. Well, there's no threat on the main scheme, so putting out a Spider Tracker right now is pretty useless. So I think all I'm going to do is exhaust Spider-Man, attack for 2 to take out this drone. That was my other web shooter. That's a bummer. But that should be the end of our turn. So now what we'll do is we'll ready everyone, and then we'll draw up to our hand size, which for both of us is 5. We have Black Panther's hand up here, and we have Spider-Man's hand down here. We do have 1 Wakanda Forever, so I'm hoping maybe we can get another Black Panther upgrade and then activate both next round. Our first step is placing the 2 threat on the Crimson Cowl. Now we're going to have Ultron Attack. So first he's going to initiate his attack against the Black Panther. So that means the top card of Black Panther's deck becomes a drone. Okay, so this is a drone here. Now I can decide who I want to defend with, and I think I'm going to defend with Maria Hill because she'll be good for blocking. So Ultron is attacking for 2, plus the drone that's now engaged with Black Panther. So that's 3. Defending with Maria Hill. We'll flip this for a boost. So he attacked for a total of 3 plus 2 is 5. That means Maria Hill is toast. She did her duty, though. She helped us out, drew a card, and she defended for the Black Panther. Now, this drone is going to attack the Black Panther, and we're going to take that undefended. So we're going to go down to 10. However, we have Retaliate. So whenever we are attacked, we then will do 1 point of damage, which will kill this drone, which was Shuri. Oh, we lost Shuri. That's a bummer. Next, Ultron is going to initiate an attack against Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man has Spider Sense, so he'll draw a card. He gets Black Cat. We will also have to grab a card, and that will be a drone for Spider-Man. Ultron is going to attack. We're going to take it undefended. So this attack is for 3, and we're going to flip this, a total of 5 damage. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to play Backflip. Interrupt. When you would take any amount of damage from an attack, prevent all of that damage. We basically just jumped over Ultron's attack. Sweet. But we still have the drone. He's going to attack us for 1. We're going to take that undefended, so we're going to go down to 9 total health. Finally, we will reveal our encounter cards, starting with Black Panthers. So Black Panther gets the eviction notice. Well, that's for Peter. It says it says give to the Peter Parker player. You may flip to alter ego form. So we're definitely going to do that. We're going to flip ourselves over to Peter Parker. Okay. Then it says exhaust Peter Parker, remove eviction notice from the game, or we'd have to discard 1 card at random from our hand. Then this card gains Surge and discard this obligation. I don't want to do Surge, so I'm going to exhaust Peter Parker, and I'm going to remove this from the game. There could be worse things. This now is Peter's because that was Black Panther's. We've got, the villain schemes. Okay, so Ultron's going to scheme for 2. Then we're going to flip this over. We could have been pushed to the next scenario card, but he has no boost. So we're just going to place a total of 2 more threat onto the Crimson Cowl. So the Crimson Cowl will have a total of 4 threat on here. Okay, great. Finally, our first player token will move from Black Panther over to Spider-Man. First things first for Spider-Man, let's use our Avengers Mansion. We'll go ahead and draw a card. Oh, we have Webbed Up. Oh, that's such a great card. What we're going to do next is use Peter Parker's 1 resource, and we can do this because this card specifically does not state it's a hero action. So it costs 1. It says attach to a minion. When the attached minion is defeated, remove 3 threat from the scheme. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that to that drone that's engaged with Peter Parker. We're then going to go ahead and flip ourselves over to Spider-Man's side. We're then going to exhaust web shooters, spend 1 of those resources plus this followed resource to pay for Black Cat. Black Cat is an awesome ally. She has a force response, so we have to do this. After you play back Black Panther, discard the top 2 cards of your deck, add each card with a printed mental resource discarded this way to your hand. So let's grab 2 cards. We've got 1 mental and 1 not. So the follow will go to the discard pile. Surveillance team will actually go into our hand. But then look at this. She can attack for 1, and she doesn't take any consequential damage. Isn't that awesome? So you know what she's going to do. She's going to attack for 1. She's going to take out that drone. That drone was a Mockingbird. But that means we remove 3 out of the 4 threat that's on the Crimson Cowl, thanks to the Black Cat. And the Black Cat takes no consequential damage, so she hopefully will be out for a long time. Finally, even though Spider-Man is exhausted, we are in hero form, so we're going to do a hero action. Deal 8 damage. Tally-ho! We're going to spend these 3 resources. That does 8 to Ultron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's now at 34. For Black Panther, we're going to go ahead and use Vibranium to place out the Panther Claws. So when we do a Wakanda Forever, deal 2 damage to an enemy or 4 instead if this is the final step of the sequence. We have 1 Wakanda Forever. We're going to spend the Make the Call resource to use it. Hero action. Resolve the special ability of each Black Panther upgrade you control in any order. Resolving each ability is a step in the sequence. We have 2 Black Panther upgrades out so far, Energy Daggers and Panther Claws. We're going to activate this one first. Choose a player. Deal 1 damage to the villain and to each enemy engaged with that player. So that will just be the villain because there are no other minions out. So he'll go down to 33. Then we'll do the Panther Claws. And we get to do the upgraded version because it's the last step of the sequence. Deal 4 damage instead of 2 if this is the final step. 1, 2, 3, 4. We already have Ultron down to 29. I like it. We'll end the hero phase by readying everyone, and we'll draw up to our hand size, which is 5 for each player. Here we have Black Panther's hand, and here we have Spider-Man's hand. Moving to the villain phase, we will place 2 threat on the Crimson Cowl. We're already halfway done, you guys. We get to 6, we're going to move to the next card. Ultron will start by attacking Spider-Man. First thing, Spider-Man will get to draw a card because of Spider Sense. Oh, he got backflip. That's awesome. Next, we will spawn a drone with Spider-Man. Ultron is going to attack. We'll grab a boost. We're not going to defend because we've got that backflip. We got attached for 2 plus 1 because the drone plus these. That's a total of 5. And we're going to laugh at him because we're going to backflip over that attack. But the drone is going to hit us for 1, so we'll go down to 8 health. Next, we have for Black Panther, the same thing. Here's our drone. I'll just set it here. Ultron is going to attack for a total of 3. I think we are going to defend. I'm going to defend with Black Panther. So we're going to reduce this hit by 2. So the attack is 3. Oh, we've got choose to either spend 1 physical resource or put the top card of your deck into play face down, engage with you as a drone. We'll just take it as another drone. So that means we have a total of 2 drones engaged. So the attack was 2 plus the 2 drones, so that's 4. And we have a shield of 2. So we'll just take 2 damage. 1, 2. We'll go down to 8. But we have retaliate 1. So we'll hit Ultron to 28. And then both of those drones are going to attack us, so we'll go to 7, 6. But then we're actually going to kill both of them with our retaliate. That's why I really like Black Panther. And we lost an inspired and lead from the front. We'll end the villain phase with our encounter cards, starting with Spider Man since he's first player, and we have Caught Off Guard. Discard an upgrade or support you control. An upgrade. I think I'm going to lose the web shooters. I like my Avengers Mansions too much. I like the card draw. Yeah, that's stunk. Okay, and then we have for Black Panther, attached to Ultron. Force response. After Ultron schemes, place one threat on each side scheme. We can get rid of this by spending 2 mental resources. It's a hero action, so we have to be in hero form to do it. And this is going to increase his scheme by 1. So normally he only schemes for 2. Now he's going to scheme for 3 while this is attached to him. We'll end the round by moving our first player back over to Black Panther. We only have 1 drone out, so I feel pretty good about that, but losing that upgrade really stunk for Spider-Man. Let's move to that next round. To start this round, Black Panther's going to go ahead and play Mockingbird, spending these 3 resources, and that's going to stun, Ultron. I like it. Then, unfortunately, the only other thing we're going to be able to do is use her. She'll take a point of consequential jam damage, but she will hit Ultron down to 27. Spider-Man will go ahead and use his Avengers Mansion so that he can draw a card. Let's see what he gets. And he gets, a swinging web kick. Oh, now we got to decide what we want to do. We're going to go ahead and play the Spider Tracker and Swinging Web Kick. So Spider Tracker will pay for with the Great Responsibility. And our Swinging Web Kick will go ahead and spend all 3 of these resources, 2 from Strength and 1 from the Power of Justice. So we're going to hit Ultron for 8. That's going to put him all the way down to 19. And then we're going to drop the Spider Tracker onto this drone. And then we'll go ahead and exhaust Black Cat for 1 whopping point of damage, which is just what we need to defeat this drone. What did we lose? Oh, the concussive blow. And that's going to remove all 3 of the threat on the Crimson Cowl. Yeah, I am really happy with how we've been able to stay at this level 1 scheme. Then we'll just end by using Spider-Man for 2 points of damage. That will drop Ultron down to 17. That'll end the round, so we'll go ahead and ready everything on the table, and we'll draw up to our hand size, which for both of us is 5. Here we have our hands for the next round. Look at this. Strength and energy and an Avengers Mansion in Black Panther's hand. I like it. We'll start that villain phase with 2 threat onto the Crimson Cowl. Ultron will try and attack Black Panther, but he's stunned, so that won't happen. And from how I understand it, that also means that no drone will spawn, which is great. Now he's going to attack Spider-Man. Spider-Man is going to use his spider senses. He'll get Great Responsibility, and we'll have to spawn a drone. Ultron will then attack. We're going to go ahead. We have to. We're going to defend with Spider-Man. So Spider-Man has 3 defense. He's getting attacked for 3. We get no boost. Wow. So no damage there. Only 1 damage from the drone that's engaged with him. We now have our encounter cards. We'll go ahead and draw Black Panther's first. The villain attacks you. So first things first, we get a drone. So we'll grab that, place that in front of the Black Panther. Then Ultron is attacking for a total of 3. This is his boost. I think I am going to defend with the Mockingbird. It's kind of a bummer, but it is what it is. And so he would attack for a total of 5. I think that was worth it. That's going to kill the Mockingbird, but that means Black Panther isn't hurt. Over here on Spider-Man's side, we will flip. We've got Electro. Okay, Electro is 6 health. He has a force response. After Electro attacks you, discard 1 card from the encounter deck. Take 1 indirect damage for each boost icon discarded this way. And he's a 2/2. So Spider-Man now has a drone and Electro engaged with him. Well, we now have 2 drones out and Electro. We'll move our first player token back over to Black Panther. Finally, we drew our second Avengers Mansion. I'm going to go ahead and spend the energy and strength here for 4 to put out the Avengers Mansion and immediately exhaust it so we can draw a card and we get Tactical Genius. Then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Vibranium suit. I'm going to use the Power of Leadership and Tactical Genius, so I'm not getting this upgrade out. But thwarting so far hasn't been our issue. This is going to help us for healing and attacking, so I'm going to go ahead and throw the Vibranium suit out. I'm going to go ahead and exhaust the Black Panther to take out the drone that's engaged with us. That's what I lose. I lost Hawkeye. That is a bummer. Hawkeye is so great in this scenario, and he ended up being a drone. For Spider-Man, let's use our Avengers Mansion. We will draw a card, and we get an energy. Electro's not going to know what hit him. he's going to get hit with a swinging web kick. So we're going to spend that energy we just got and great responsibility. That's 3 total resources, 8 damage. Electro's toast. I love it. We'll then use Black Cat here. We'll exhaust her to go ahead and take out this drone. Oh, that was Aunt May. I'm losing so many good things to the drones. And I think we're going to go ahead and spend our final 3 resources here to pay for Jessica Jones. So Jessica is a 1 thwart 2 attack. She gets +1 thwart for each side scheme in play. Well, there aren't any. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to exhaust her. She's going to take a point of damage. And, oh, do I want to do thwart? Who am I kidding? Let's take the chance. We're going to hit the big man. We're going to hit him for 2. So he's down to 15. Let's go ahead and end the round. So we'll ready, everyone, and we'll draw up to our hand size. You guys, if you haven't noticed, I specifically have not moved back to my alter ego form because I'm trying to stay at the Crimson Cowl as long as we can. Soon that's not going to be possible, especially with losing Aunt May. I had thought that once I grabbed Aunt May, Spider-Man could do some fun stuff, but I lost her. So I'm going to have to get through my deck to find her again. Here we have our hands for the next round. Look at this. 2 Wakandas Forever. I've got 3 Black Panther upgrades. We're going to have fun next round. And we've got a webbed up, which I'm definitely, I love Daredevil, but getting that webbed up would be super nice. We'll drop 2 more threat onto the Crimson Cowl. We're at 4. 2 more, you guys, and we move to the next one. Ultron's going to first start attacking Black Panther. We'll place out a new drone. We are going to defend. So we've got 2 defense on this. He's attacking for 3. Ooh, for 4. So that means we've got Black Panther taking 2 damage. 5, 4. Ultron will take 1. He'll go down to 14. But then we do have a thing here. Boost. Ultron heals 1 damage for each drone minion engaged with you. He goes back up to 15. Should have read that first. Then this drone is also going to attack Black Panther. So he's going to go down to 3 because he has to take that undefended. But at least this gets discarded. Now Ultron will attack Spider-Man. First thing, Spider-Man will draw a card. He gets great responsibility. He then will spawn a minion. He's attacking for 2, +1 is 3. He's got 7 health left. I think we got to keep defending. It's slowing us down, but I think it's also keeping us alive. So we'll defend, yeah. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Our defense is 3, so we're going to go down by 2, down to 5, and then we get hit by that drone, so we're down to 4. Here are our encounter cards. We'll start with Black Panther, and we have Android Efficiency. When revealed, each player puts the top card of the deck into play face down, engage with him as a drone. So that means we're going to have another one for Spider-Man, and that means Spider-Man's 2, and Black Panther is 1. Let's then flip this one, and we have Advance. That's absolutely terrible because Ultron is scheming for 3. We'll give him a boost. Yeah, he just schemed for 6. I think that's going to push us to the next scheme card. Now, if you look at this, this states that after Ultron schemes, place 1 threat on each side scheme. Fortunately, there's no side scheme in place, so we don't have to worry about that. Scheme card 2A is Assault on NORAD. As you pursue Ultron, you receive a distress call from North America Aerospace Defense Command in Colorado. They are besieged by an army of Ultron drones. When revealed, each player puts the top card of their deck into play as a drone. That means Spider-Man's going to have 3 drones, and Black Panther has 2. If Ultron gains control of NORAD, he will have access to the United States Ballistic Missile Command. Force response. After placing threat here during step 1 of the villain phase, each player must choose to either place 2 threat here or put the top card of their deck into play face down, engage with them as a drone. Yeah. Brutal. Now this starts with 0. This will move to scheme card 3 at 20 threats. We've got some space here, but this is gonna be annoying because right now we have this force response of putting out drones, and every time he attacks us, he's gonna put out drones. So that's why I tried to stay at the Crimson Cowl as long as I could, but now we've got to deal with this. Finally, we'll move our first player from Black Panther over to Spider-Man. First things first, we're going to start with our Avengers Mansion for Spider-Man. Now, I just had to shuffle my deck, so I'm going to have to grab this encounter card, and we're going to have to reveal that during the encounter phase. But let's draw a card and see what we get. We get a Genius. We're then going to go ahead and spend these 4 resources to play a Webbed Up. This says hero form only, which we're in Spider-Man form. Attached to an enemy, max 1 per enemy. When attached enemy would attack, discard webbed up instead, then stun that enemy. So the next round, Ultron will not be attacking because he will be webbed up, then he'll be stunned. Love Spider-Man. Then I'm just going to use Black Cat and Jessica Jones to do 3 damage to the big guy. So he'll go from 15, 1, 2, 3, down to 12. For Black Panther, we're going to go ahead and exhaust our Avengers Mansion, and we'll give this card a draw, and we get Inspired. We're going to have some fun, you guys. We're going to play Wakanda Forever twice. We've got 2 of them. I'm going to pay these 2 resources to do that, so we get to activate our Black Panther upgrades twice in any order we want. Here we have our 3 upgrades. I'm going to go ahead and do this one first. Choose a player. Deal 1 damage to the villain and to each enemy engaged with that player. I'm going to choose Spider-Man. So Spider-Man, we've got 1 damage to Ultron, so he'll move to 11, and all 3 of his drones that he has here are all going to be discarded. Perfect. Then what we're going to do is we're going to deal 2 damage with the Panther Claws to the big man, Ultron, so he'll move down to 9. And then finally, we're going to do our Vibranium Suit. So we can move 2 damage from Black Panther to Ultron. So Ultron will move to 7, and we will move up Black Panther from 3 to 5. Okay, that's the first time. Let's do it again. So we're going to do this. Choose a player. We're going to choose ourselves. Deal 1 damage to the villain and to each enemy engaged. So the villain will go down to 6. And the 2 drones that are engaged with us, which were Vibranium and lead to the front, are both destroyed. We'll then deal 2 damage to Ultron. 1, 2, because of this. And then we'll deal 2 more damage because of the Vibranium Suit. And we'll heal ourselves by 2. So we're at 7. Yeah, I absolutely love the Vibranium Suit. Taking health, that's so cool. Now that we're on to the second scenario card, I think I'm going to go ahead and flip Black Panther over to T'Challa. Okay? Then we're going to use the Golden City, so we can exhaust this to draw 2 cards, and we have Ancestral Knowledge and Squirrel Girl. With that card draw, I think what we're going to do is play Ancestral Knowledge by using Make the Calls resource. Choose up to 3 different cards in your discard pile and shuffle them into your deck. Now, it's been confirmed that Wakanda Forevers, although they have different numbers on the bottom, or they've got like A, Bs, and Cs, you can only do one Wakanda Forever because it has the same name. So the 3 cards I'm going to do are Vibranium, Wakanda Forever, and Hawkeye. I'm going to shuffle those into our very teeny tiny deck. This is our deck. So I'm going to shuffle those into our deck, which is great. That will end this round. We're going to go ahead and ready everything and draw up to our hand size. That will be 5 for Spider-Man, but now because T'Challa's in Alter Ego form, he'll draw 6. Here we have our hands for the next round. I've got a nice swinging web kick. I'm excited about that. I've got some Wakanda Forevers over here. Yeah, it's going to be a fun round, but we are going to be revealing a lot of cards because well, I shouldn't say a lot, but Spider-Man's going to have to reveal 2 encounter cards. Let's go ahead and see what's going to happen. Moving to the villain phase, our first step is we need to place our threat onto the scheme. But we have great responsibility from Spider-Man. We're going to use this. It says, when any amount of threat would be placed on a scheme, you take it as damage instead. So we're going to move from 4 down to 2. Okay, this is a bit risky. But because we did not put any threat on the main scheme, this forced response does not happen because the cost, it says after placing threat here during step 1 of the villain phase, we did not place any threat. So we don't have to do the second part. That's why I wanted to do that. That has been clarified and confirmed in the FAQ that that's right. So I really wanted to show you guys how that works because I highly recommend putting that great responsibility in your deck when you're playing Ultron, especially on expert mode. Moving to the villain attacking phase, first step is we've got our webbed up. He's going to try and attack Spider-Man. Can't. Instead, he gets stunned. Then what he's going to do is he is going to scheme for Black Panther. And he's going to scheme for a total of 3, plus whatever I draw here. Oh, for 6. Ow. Yeah, that hurt. But you know what? That could have been an attack. That'd be brutal. And we still don't have any side schemes. I'm not going to complain, but I'm amazed we have not gotten any side schemes yet. So we'll take it. We'll take it. We have our 2 encounter cards here for Spider-Man. We'll start with him. We've got when revealed, Ultron heals 2 damage for each drone minion engaged with you. Actually, Spider-Man doesn't have any drones. If no Healing was done this way. This card gains Surge. We'll go ahead and grab a new card for that. Let's reveal it. And, oh, it's a side. Why did I have to say anything about the side schemes? We have Ultron's Imperative. When revealed, the first player puts the top 2 cards of their deck into play face down, engage with them as drones. So that means Spider-Man has these 2 drones engaged. Okay, that's not terrible. This will also get a total of 4 threat on it, and while that's out, we're going to be revealing 1 additional encounter card, so we're going to want to get rid of that. Our second card for Spider-Man, Swarm Attack. I just put out these drones. When revealed, each drone minion engage with you with your hero attacks, if no attacks were made. So I've got 2 drones that are on me. This actually would kill Spider-Man if we did not have Jessica Jones. So I'm going to have Jessica Jones defend for one of the attacks, okay, and she's dead. And then for the other attack, it's going to hit Spider-Man, who's going to go down to 1 whopping health. Oh, boy. Well, Ultron is not making this easy. I like it. He's fun, expert. He's also annoying, but he's fun. We have, Swarm Attack for T'Challa. Each drone, there's none that's engaged. He doesn't have any. So then it says, let's see, put the top card of your deck into play, face down, engage with them as a drone. So that means we're going to be placing this card as a drone engaged with T'Challa. Well, that was a heck of a lot of fun. Let's go ahead and move over to having T'Challa be our first player. And you know what? This actually ended up being fortuitous for us. This Ultron's Imperative, you're going to see when we move Ultron to the next stage, and that's going to happen because he's at 2 health. We should be able to hit him and take care of that. We would normally have to reveal this, but this is already out, so I don't believe that's going to happen. So that's actually super, super nice. Not planned, but I will take it. To start off this round, we're going to go ahead and exhaust the Golden City. Since we are in alter ego form, I am going to have to shuffle my deck, so that means I'm going to have to draw an encounter card that I will be revealing during the encounter phase. We'll go ahead and draw these 2 cards, and we've got Lead from the front and Wonder Man. Then we'll go ahead and exhaust the Avengers Mansion, and let's draw a card, and we have a Wakanda Forever. What do you guys say if our next card we play is Squirrel Girl? We're going to use the Power of Leadership. It counts as 2 resources for a leadership card. She has a response. After Squirrel Girl enters play, deal 1 damage to each enemy. That means the 2 drones over here with Spider-Man are gone, and the one that's engaged with Black Panther is also gone. Oh, that was a Wakanda Forever. That stinks. And Ultron is going to go to 1 health. And you know what? Why not? Let's do it now. We're going to exhaust Squirrel Girl. She can do a whopping 1 point of damage, but that's just what we need for Ultron to go to 0, and we have taken out Form 2. Ultron is at a total of 27 times 2, or 54 health. He now has 4 attack, 2 thwart. Each drone minion gets +1 attack and +1 hit point. So now they're all a 2, and they attack for 2. Ultron cannot take damage while a drone minion is in play. There aren't any in play right now. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the Ultron Imperative side scheme and reveal it. It's already out, so I'm pretty sure we don't have to do anything there, which is amazing. But he does have 54 whopping health. Let's hammer on him, shall we? Before we do that, though, I'm going to go ahead and play a drone killer, Hawkeye. We're going to spend 2 from Vibranium, 1 from Lead from the front. That's our 3 resources. We're going to place out 4 arrow counters. And this says, after a minion enters play, remove 1 arrow counter from Hawkeye, deal 2 damage to that minion. Just takes out drones like nobody's business. And then I think what I'm going to do with him is I'm going to exhaust him and deal him 1 point of damage, and he's going to remove 1 threat from the Ultron Imperative. Next, we're going to go ahead and take T'Challa. We're going to flip him over to Black Panther's side. And we're going to, we're definitely going to thwart with Black Panther. So we're going to exhaust the Black Panther, remove 2 of the threat on the Ultron Imperative. I really don't want that out. I don't want to draw 3 encounter cards. So we have 1 threat left on Ultron Imperative, but now we're going to go ahead and activate Wakanda Forever using Wonder Man to pay for it. We'll start with Energy Daggers, choose a player. That's just going to hit Ultron for 1 to 53. Then we're going to go ahead and deal 2 damage to Ultron, so he's at 51. And then we're going to deal 2 more damage to Ultron with the suit, so he's at 49. And we're going to heal by 2, so we're going to go up, wrong way, to 9. For Spider-Man, let's go ahead and use our Avengers Mansion. We will draw a card, and we have Followed. We're going to go ahead and spend this Concussive Blow resource to put out Followed. This is a new one. It says attached to a side scheme, max 1 per scheme. When attached side scheme is defeated, deal 4 damage to an enemy. We're going to drop that on to Ultron's Imperative. I want to do as much damage as possible to Ultron, so I'm going to do 1 point of damage to Black Cat because I'm actually going to have her scheme instead of attacking. That's going to get rid of the Ultron's Imperative, okay? That means, thanks to the card that we just played, Followed, we're going to deal 4 damage to Ultron. Ultron's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, down to 45. We then have Spider Man. We will attack for 2. 44, 43. Then we are going to flip into Peter Parker's form. He's still exhausted. Then what we can do is spend our 1 resource here to pay for Aunt May, and we will exhaust Aunt May for a nice good meal, and he'll go from 1 health all the way up to 5, because I think that heals 4. Yeah. You know what that means. Next round, he's basically going to be full health. That's why Aunt May is amazing. We're going to go ahead and end the round. We'll ready everyone. Ultron is already down to 43, you guys. That feels awesome. I think we're doing pretty well. I mean, Spider-Man almost got killed, but he's still alive for now. All right, let's move to the threat phase. Before the threat phase, we need to draw our cards. Don't forget, Peter is in his Peter Parker form, so he gets to draw 6. Black Panther is still in hero form, so he drew 5. We have a total of 6 threat on the main scheme. I have to draw 2 or place 2 more, so that's 8. Then we're each going to choose to spawn a drone. Here's the thing. Thanks to Hawkeye, we'll use 2 of his counters, and each drone has +1 health, so each drone is killed. But so they each have 2 health. So this was, oh man, we lost Falcon again. And this was Spider-Man's The Surveillance Team. So both of those were discarded. They were the drones that came out and Hawkeye took care of. It looks like I'm going to have to do some threat management soon, you guys. Look at this. And why I say that is because Ultron now is going to attack Black Panther. He's stunned. Doesn't happen. But he is going to scheme for 3, thanks to that blasted upgrade I still haven't gotten rid of. For 3 for Peter Parker. Okay, for a total of 5. So that means we've placed here 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. 7 more and we move to the 3rd scheme card, which, by the way, would not be good. This one also says, for a boost, discard 3 cards from the encounter deck. It's just kind of pushing us through the encounter deck. So here's our 3 cards. We're discarding all 3 of these. Black Panther has 2 cards this round because he shuffled, so we'll reveal his first one. And we have an advanced Ultron drone. Oh, these guys are annoying because they're going to make it so we can't hit Ultron. Guard. When advanced Ultron drone is defeated, the engaged player puts the top card of their deck into face down as a regular drone. So this guy, and he doesn't get the +1 attack, I don't think. Oh no, it says each drone minion gets +1 attack and +1 hit point. So he's a drone minion. So he's going to be a 5 attack. He's a 5 health, 2 attack. Annoying. Okay, that's engaged with Black Panther. Oh, he takes 2 points of damage already, thanks to Hawkeye. Thank you, Hawkeye. So 2 out of the 5 there, and that uses 1 more of Hawkeye's tokens. He only has 1 arrow left. Who would have thought arrows could work on drones? They must be pretty awesome arrows. Peter gets, he gets power drain. Okay, this is from the power drain encounter set. When defeated, discard 2 cards from the encounter deck. Each player must choose and discard 1 resource of any type from their hand for each boost icon discarded this way. Okay, and this gets a total of 4 threat on it, 2 per player. And yeah, so it doesn't do anything now other than when we discard it, but we do have an acceleration token, so that means we'll be placing 3 threat around instead of 2. And then our final card here, we have Shock Therapy. Discard 2 cards from the encounter deck. The villain heals 1 damage for each boost icon. Okay, here's our 2 cards. We've got a total of 3 boost icons. Yeah, he goes back up to 46. Gross. Well, we have 1 drone still out, and when we defeat it, it's going to bring out another drone. So we've got to deal with that first before we can take on Ultron again. But hopefully we can get to him soon. Let's move our first player back over to Spider-Man. Well, you guys, I'm going to have to do a little bit of a retcon here. When I drew my cards for Black Panther, I forgot that I had these 2 Wakanda Forever cards in my hand, so I should not have drawn these 2 cards. This should be my hand for this round. I'm then going to shuffle these back into the deck. Sorry about that. Sometimes it's hard with the camera of remembering which cards are in my hand, which ones are in the discard pile. So I apologize. This is my hand for this round. Okay, let's start off with Peter. First thing we'll do with Peter is we will exhaust Aunt May, and let's move ourselves all the way up to 9 health. Thank you, Aunt May. Then we're going to use Peter Parker's one resource here to go ahead and drop the web shooter. That will give us 3 hero resources that we can use, which will be great. We will then flip ourselves over to hero form, and yeah, let's go ahead and exhaust the Avengers Mansion so that we can draw another card. And what do we get? We get Followed. I think I want to play another Webbed Up. They're just so good. So I'm going to spend 1 resource from the web shooter, exhaust that, spending these 3 as the remainder, play Webbed Up on to Ultron. Then using both Spider-Man and Black Cat, that's a total of 3. 1, 2 plus 1 is 3. 3 plus the 2 here will take out the Ultron drone. Okay, now he is going to then spawn a regular drone from Black Panther's deck, but that will immediately be killed from Hawkeye. Thank you. And that was Lockjaw. Oh, great, we can play that from our discard pile. Then moving over to Black Panther, we'll exhaust the Avengers Mansion to draw a card, and we get Inspired. And then I think we're going to play Lead from the front. We're going to spend 2 of the Strength resource. This says Hero Action. Choose a player. We're going to choose ourselves. Each character that player controls gets +1 thwart, +1 attack until the end of the phase. We're also going to play 2 Wakanda Forevers using the Power of Leadership and this Inspired as our resources. Let's have some fun. First, what we're going to do is we're going to move 1 damage from ourselves to Ultron. So we're going to move ourselves to 10, and we're going to hit Ultron down to 45. Then we're going to do this, deal 1 damage to Ultron, so he's at 44, and then we're going to do 4 damage here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to move 1 damage. We're going to heal ourselves to full, okay? And that's going to deal a damage here, 39, plus another one here for 38 because of the daggers, and then 4 more because of the claws. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's at 34 total health left. We can do this. Now, I was thinking of using all of these guys to thwart and get rid of a bunch of threat, but I think maybe with these guys attacking this round, and if we can survive till the next round, we might be able to actually take out Ultron. So let's do it. We're going to attack for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That puts him down to 27 total threat, or attack, or defense, or health, or whatever it's called. We'll see if that was a good idea or not. Maybe that's not enough, because, yeah, we do have a lot of threat on the scheme. Yeah, well, let's see what we can do. We'll place out our damage. Oh, yeah, Squirrel Girl is gone. We'll go ahead and end the round. We have readied everything. Here are our cards. Look at this. 2 swinging web kicks. That's 16 damage right there if we can get those both played. But that costs a total of 6 resources. So I don't know. It'll be interesting. Maybe we'll be able to do it. He's got 27 health left. Let's move to the threat phase. During that threat phase, we're supposed to place 2 plus 1 because of that 1 acceleration token, 3 threat onto here. But we have great responsibility. That's the whole reason why I felt like we could do this. We're going to have Spider-Man take 3 damage, 1, 2, 3, and that means no threat is placed on to the assault on NORAD. And because we didn't place any threat on that card, we don't have to worry about the second effect of placing more threat or putting out drones. Now we're going to have Ultron Attack. Well, he's webbed up for his first attack, and then we drop a stunned card. And so he's stunned, and he won't attack for the second one. So now all we have to deal with is this these engagement cards, or the encounter cards. Let's see what happens. We'll start with Peter Parker's, and we have the Affairs of State. Oh, that's going to the Black Panther. You may flip to Alter Ego form, which we might as well. Oh, yeah, because then we'll be able to draw 2 cards. That's nice. Exhaust T'Challa, remove Affairs of State from the game, or choose and discard a Black Panther. Yeah, we're definitely going to exhaust him. So he'll be exhausted, but he's at least in T'Challa form. We'll then remove this from the game. And then our next card we have upgraded drones. Attached to the Ultron drone environment, each face-down drone minion gets +1 attack. So now they attack for 3, and they have 3 hit points. And we have to spend resources to get rid of this. Well, it definitely could have been worse. we don't have any drones out now, so we can hammer on Ultron. We need to do 27 damage. Can we do it? We'll move first player back over to Black Panther. Let's see if we can. Our first step as T'Challa, we will exhaust the Golden City. Let's go ahead and draw 2 cards. We have a Wakanda Forever and a Vibranium. We're definitely going to use that Vibranium to bring out Maria Hill. That means Spider-Man will draw a card. He gets great responsibility. Black Panther will also draw a card, and he gets Mockingbird. We're going to flip ourselves back over to Black Panther's side. We're going to use the Avengers Mansion actually for Peter Parker. I want Spider-Man to have as many cards as he can. He's got Nick Fury. Okay, then what we're going to do, we're then going to go ahead and put out Mockingbird, spending these 3 resources. That is going to stun Ultron yet again. Love it. Finally, we're going to play Wakanda Forever using the Tactical Genius. Let's do some damage. Unfortunately, we can't use the Vibranium suit because we're fully healed. That's kind of ridiculous. So we're just going to deal 1 point of damage with this and 4 more with this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's down to 22. Then we're going to use all of our allies. So that's 1, 2, and 3. We're going to do 1, 2, 3 more damage. 21, 20, 19. I think we're going to be so close, you guys. But I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. That will do a point of damage for Maria Hill. That's going to kill Hawkeye, and we're going to do a point of damage to Mockingbird. Then what we're going to do is we're going to use our Avengers Mansion over here for Spider-Man to draw a card, and we get a Spider Tracker. We're then going to use both Spider-Man and Black Cat to do a total of 3 points of damage. I think this actually is going to work. 19. 1, 2, 3. 16 damage. We need to be able to do 2 tally-ho attacks, which we should be able to, I think. 1 resource here, 2, 3 to do this 8 damage, and these 3 cards for the second Swinging Web Kick. That is 16 points of damage all the way down to 0. Awesome. Exactly what I needed. I used all the cards. That is great. Well, there you have it. That was Spider-Man and Black Panther going against Ultron Expert Mode. We took them out. It actually was pretty good. 1 point, I felt like Spider-Man was going to be in severe trouble, but we did find Aunt May, thank goodness. But yeah, tons of fun. That is the core set. I now have the Green Goblin scenarios. There are 2 in there, so I'm planning on doing both of those. So I'm excited for those. I also have Captain America and Miss Marvel. I think I'll use them in the next one. Thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if you see anything I did wrong, but I appreciate you watching, and I hope you have a good rest of your day. I'll catch you at the next stop.